I'm going to tie you a couple of Octopus style patterns. This is them here. So I'm going to tie you 3 or 4 of these just to show you how to put them together. Dead easy. Wee buns, as I like to say, Belfast. Now the hook in the vise is a Amazon B175 and size 10. The thread we're going to use to tie the fly is the uni thread 80 in black. So we're just going to come in, get our thread started. Just a couple of mil behind the eye of the hook. Now you don't need to be too fussy putting down a full level bed of thread. It'll be grand. So I just brought the thread down past the point of the hook. The tail on the fly is going to be the Glo Bright floss number 12. With about 10 to 12 strands here. Now, just offer it over the back. Come around with a pinching loop. And then take another 2 to 3 turns going down the shank of the hook. Try not to, dance your thread in one spot. Then we're going to come in and trim this around about the length of the body. And then we're going to trim the tail that length that I like. Now, when I trim the tail, the measurement that I'm using is just to show you. See the wee second notch in the vise? That's where I go with the length of the tails at times. And then if I want it shorter, I'll go to the first, just there, the first notch on the vise. So you just got to take some sort of measurement when you're tying flags, I think. Now the rib is going to be a hot orange UTC wire. So we'll just catch that in. And then we'll just advance our thread forward. Just tying in the Glo Bright floss and the rib. Yet again, you don't need to be too super fussy with this. Just make sure you're tying it in nice and strong. You want the fly to last more than one fish. You don't want it to fall to pieces. Now the body, this is the olive brown, more like a dull golden olive, I think. This is from the traditional Irish dubbing range. So we're just going to dub that on. This is a guy called Frankie McPhillips. This is his dubbing. Now other suppliers are available, so we're just going to get the dubbing started at the back of the fly, and then as we go along we can tighten up. You want a decent body on the fly. Now anything that's going forward, just sweep it back and bring the thread in front. The body hackle, this is a whiting hen cape, dyed golden olive. So just get one of those off. Now at this point, just take your feather, and it's up to you where you want to tie it in. So just select the best place that you think. Just offer this up to the hook. Nice tight turns to secure in the hackle. Come in and trim away the stem. And then we're just going to palmer this down. I like to get 2 turns going at the shoulder of the fly. And then 3-4 turns down. Just depends how heavy. You want it really bushy. It's not overdressed. Don't forget when you're tying Lough flies, in my view, it's impossible to overdress them. They're just heavy or bushy. Now I'm just going to come up with my rib. Just 4 turns of the orange wire. Nice and tight. Bring that up in front. Follow this around with your thread. Nice tight turns to secure the wire in. And bend and break away the wire. Break off the tip at the back. Just going to come in with the Velcro. Just to bring some of the fibres out in the body hackle. And then I'll bring my thread back up into position. Now at this point, I'm going to put on a Chartreuse. And this is the Chartreuse cock saddle hackles that you get from vineyards. Now, for octopus style flies, the feathers at the bottom of the cape set there are perfect for these type of flies, in my view. So I'm just going to stroke back the fibres to reveal the tip. Offer this up to the hook, come around with 2 turns, fold the tip back, just working the thread back up over the tip and the hackle. So we fibre there, get that to sit back. Come in, you can break away the tip. Just come in with your scissors in, run it up the stem. And the turns of the chartreuse is up to you. I usually put on between 2 and 3, just depends. We'll start to wind it on. I'm just going to put one more on. That's going to be plenty there. Follow this around with your thread. A couple of tight turns right into the stem. Come in and trim away the stem. Sweep everything back. Now, at this point, just bring your thread down to your eye of the hook and back up. That's just getting you a bit of thread down. Now we're looking the business, we're looking grand. The front hackle, this here is a hen pheasant body hackle that you'll find at the shoulder, basically at the shoulder of the bird. Now I've dyed this. I've dyed this 2 colours, believe it or not. Hopefully you can see it on the stem. Don't be able to pick it up on the stem. So first colour, put the feathers in that pad. First colour was just a sunburst dye, just a very small amount. Let it sit for about 2-3 minutes, and then I put in around about 1/3 of a teaspoon of olive dun dye. I buy my dyes for dyeing my feathers directly from vineyards. Now, a couple of turns will catch in your tip. Fold your tip back, bring the thread back up over the tip, come in and break away the tip. Now the trick here is, don't move your thread, just leave your thread where it is, because it's going to come with you once you start winding the feather. And then the turns of the front hackle, yet again, it's entirely up to you, it's a personal preference. I usually put on 2. Now don't get worried if it starts to get wrapped up. It'll be grand in a second. Just concentrate on putting on the hackle. Right. That's going to do me there. So I'm going to follow it around with my thread. Get a tight turn in. Another couple of turns to secure the hackle. Come in and trim away the stem. Just sweep everything back at this point. Your thread's already at the eye. See, it's came with you. And then just bring your thread back up and down just to get a start of a head. And so you see what happened there. If you leave your thread and then you wind your hackle, the thread would gradually come forward with you, and it's not slipping because the hackle's keeping the thread tight. So that's just a wee trick. Now just to finish off, you don't have to use this, but I've got loads of split jungle cock eyes, as most of you will be aware that watch the videos now. It's not perfectly split, but it's grand. It'll do the job. Now we're just going to offer it up to the hook, just in the position where you want it. Just hold it in position, around with a couple of turns. Now, nothing set in stone, just always have a wee check, just to see which way you're sitting. Right, I'm happy with that. So just going to lift the excess of the jungle cock, come in and trim that away. Right. Just get a couple of wee fibres here, just get a better cut than that, Scotty. Just hold the jungle cock, bring your thread to the eye of the hook, and then you just build up your head. Now, don't be shy with the size of a head on a fly, especially an Irish Lough style fly. Right, I'm happy with that, so I'm just going to come in with my whip finishing tool. Just the one a whip finish. Pull the thread nice and tight, come in, same way the tan thread. Now I'm going to open that up here and get a wee look at it. Now let's look on the bee's knees. Now first coat on the head, just a wee drop of super glue. Now you don't want this going anywhere else, guys, just on the head. It'll just ruin your dressing on you. Just right the whole way right round. And then once that dries, guys, I'll come in and put on a couple of coats of varnish just to seal up the head. But there you go. That's just a wee, I don't know, like a wee green version type octopus style fly. So there you go. Hopefully you can tie a few of those up. Hopefully then catch you a few fish. As always, many thanks for taking the time to view the video. I really appreciate it. If you like the wee videos that I'm putting together and you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing. It helps the wee channel out. And until the next time, folks, please stay safe and tight lines.